I'm glad that I was introduced to Blunt Girly. I love her opinions. Her opinions, of course, are counter what the community will say. You know what I'm saying? The community is always going to agree that dysfunction is good. This is what they do. And if you speak out against their dysfunction, they're going to want to try to destroy you. I like what she's talking about when she's saying Christians and especially black Christians, and people will find this odd that I was raised in Christianity, but when I got older, I grew out of it. It's just absolute bullshit. You know, not only is the Bible against Christianity, but the idea of praying to a white man as your God is it's just really really disturbing. I really didn't want to talk about this, but I think I will bring it up. I was raised in the Jehovah Wickedness religion, and you can pick up their books at any time, and they refer to all black people as the Hamites. This is what they call us, and we are not Hamites. Okay, you are a Hamite, you are a Gentile, and the true Israelites are white people, and that's a lie. And JC is white in those Watchtower and Awake magazines, and the angels are white, and God is white. So they're all white, and everybody else that ain't white, you literally ain't shit. Although, I mean, they don't tell you that. But what I'm saying is, if JC is white, then God is white. Do you know what that does to a black child's mind? It makes you feel inferior. It really does. It really makes you feel less than, inferior. And then when you grow up and you realize that JC never existed, and even if he did exist as a human being, him being the son of God or even a prophet is a lie. I won't really get into that. I didn't want that to be this type of video, right? And not only that, the Christian, meaning them all, especially when they come around me and they be come around me talking all this, JC, and I'll be like, nah, I'm good. And they just be looking at me like, what? You're black and you don't believe in JC? This is them of all, because a lot of people, regardless of race, they really do believe that all black people believe in JC. They really do believe that all black people believe in JC. A lot of people all around the world believe this nonsense, and they don't understand that we are everything under the sun. We are every religion under the sun, and we have quite a bit of us that are atheists, right? So they just look at you like you're crazy, and I've told these people, I am not a Christian. It's like they can't process this. If you're trying to convert me, right? If you're trying to convert me, why would you assume that I'm not a Christian? You are the one that's trying to convert me. And then when I tell you that I'm not a Christian and I don't believe in JC, I'm telling you, of all races, and they're so annoying. And like she said, they're very, very, very judgmental. This is another thing with a lot of them. You get a lot of these people, they were doing everything under the sun like everybody else. Before her holy hobo shanda days, she was letting all the dudes in the block hit it. It's the truth. She was going to the bars a lot. She was having one night stands with a lot of dudes. The minute she became JW or regular Pentecostal, whatever she is, all of a sudden, oh, you should not be doing this. And this is how they act. This is how they act. And the white, I'm sorry, the black Christian males are even worse because they know what Leviticus 18 says. And I've known so many of them. Why is it that there's a lot of black male homosexuals in the church? I've never understood that. The Bible is 100% against that. And do you know how many black male Christians have come out to me and told me that they were loving me, they were liking me, and all of this nonsense? You know what I'm saying? Or even telling me, you know, this is my lifelong fight. This is your lifelong fight? Yes, I that's what this one guy told me last year. If JC is all powerful and you've been a Christian for decades of your life, why are you still attracted to men? This is weird to me. This is weird to me. I think a lot of black male, well, they are confused because they're believing in a white man that died for your sins. And they believe the white man is God. So this is where the mental confusion comes from, right? So I didn't want to go deep into that. Finally, what she says about lying, and I totally agree with her. Lying is not bad, especially when it comes to your enemies, right? Because to make a long story short, I had this brother. He's been off my job for a year. He was from another state, black brother. He was real cool, right? And I remember me and him would talk in the break room when nobody was around. He was like, a lot of these white boys, he said, they have to know everything about you. And he's totally right. I have went through this damn near on every job. I mean, the first day you meet these people, who are you? How many kids you got? Who you married to? Who you screwing? Where do you live? Like they ask too many goddamn questions. They do. And they are really shocked when I've told some of them, like, hey man, are you in the FBI? They be like, what does that mean? You're asking me too many questions. Really? I just wanted to get to know you. And I'm just like, you're asking me too many questions. I just met you. This is my first day on the job. You're really damn nosy. Right? So what she's saying here is correct. I've never had a black person ever do this to me. We have a natural flow about ourselves. You know, we know how to stay within the lines of what we want to divulge and what we don't want to divulge. We get along. When it comes to a lot of white people, they're very, very, very nosy. And that same black guy on my job, when he wasn't around, this was right before he quit the job and he got another job. When he wasn't around, they would sit there and tell me, they'd be like, do you know much about him? I was like, as much as you do. Why are you asking? He doesn't like talking about himself. Like, I really feel uncomfortable. Like, they just obsess over the need to know everything about everybody all the time. I've always felt that white people are quite strange. I really do. I really do. A lot of, I'm not saying they all act like this. I'm saying that a lot of them are very, very nosy like this. And I've told a couple of them. And even if I let you know something one time, like there's no reason to try to get a follow up on what's going on or what my situation is. I be telling these guys, hey man, I don't want to talk about it. And they get the hint, like, you don't need to have constant updates about my life, dude. We're not friends. This is what I told this guy on my job today. He started his blah blah blah. I said, I talk to everybody on this job and none of you are my friends. I said, I'm here to get a paycheck. And I told him, I don't care what you think, right? This is what I want to remind people of, because some people think that just because you see somebody every day that you need to know everything about them, right? It's not that kind of party. It's really not. I don't really lie to people. I just be telling people, hey man, I don't, are you FBI? Right? I think in the Bronx when we were younger, they'd be like, hey man, you CIA? To get these people to realize, stop being so damn nosy. Blunt Girly, I love her.